Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki, and today we're going over the next Christmas event that's going on currently in Fate Grand Order NA. Let's jump into it. The first thing you need to know about this Christmas event is that all you need to do to take part is clear Fuyuki. That's the prologue chapter of FGO. That means almost everyone can take part in this event, and I highly suggest you do so. Especially consider the next thing you might notice is that you only have 1 week to complete this event. That's right, as of the time of this recording, you only have a few days left, so definitely get started on that, and let's go over a couple things that you need to look out for. Martha is the Santa for this year. She's putting on quite the feast, and she needs your help, masters, to take care of it. Like every Christmas event, this event is a lottery event, meaning that you will be doing a lot of farming in order to get materials that you will need to purchase items from the shop. As you can see, the materials you can get from farming will be tree spoons, which are used specifically for the lottery, and then for the materials you have rich butter, sweet eggs, and candied fruit. Now, if you want to permanently have your copy of the Holy Maiden Santa Martha Christmas, then you will need to complete the story quests all the way to the end. That means if you don't complete those story quests and the event ends, you will not get your Santa Martha. And this is one of those events that does not have a rerun, so I highly suggest that you take part. In order to get multiple copies of Santa Martha, you will need to clear at least 4 boxes of the lottery boxes. There are 300 items in there, so you will need about 600 of those spoons to clear out an entire box. And even after you get the jackpot, I highly suggest you keep rolling that lottery box so you get as many materials as you can. Because, as you'll soon see, there's a lot of good things in there for you guys. And for those of you who are trying to level up Santa Martha, she has double experience, so a lot easier to level her up for this event, and I highly suggest you take the time out of your day to do so. Now, the main way you're going to be getting tree spoons is going to be with the Like a Lady craft essence. It increases the drops of spoons that you get per run, and multiple copies will definitely help you out, especially if you max limit break it. Though, I will say, if you have enough copies to max limit break, I highly recommend that you do not max limit break it right away. This actually will be a net negative in how many spoons you will get per run. Wait until you get a few more, maybe wait till you get like maybe 8, and then you max limit break, and then it'll end up being the same thing. You'll be able to have a little more flexibility in what you can do. But I would just use them all, as many as you get. Just put them in your party. You don't have to be on the main part. Put them in the party and they'll help. Now, if you want things like the rich butter, the sweet eggs, and the candied fruit, you're going to be the Gotcha craft essences. Holy Heart, the 5-star craft essence, will increase your rich butter drops. 1,000 Nights will increase your sweet egg drops. And Wish Come True will increase your candied fruit drops. Now, the Wish Come True craft essence will be in the friend point Gotcha as well. So if you just have to have it, you have a plethora of friend points to spend, that's a good place to try and spend a lot of that to get that craft essence going. I don't recommend you do that. You really end up wasting more time, and since this event only lasts a week, time is something we do not have. Now for the event service that will be giving bonuses during this event. Obviously, with the 50% damage bonus and the 100% bond bonus, your Santa Martha will be getting the most out of this, so definitely take advantage of that. Now in terms of the 20% damage bonus as well as the 50% bond bonus, all the Santas of the previous years will be getting that buff, as well as Emiya, Tamamo Cat, Skyhawk Scotty, and Boudica, as well as Percival. For the 30% bond bonus and 20% damage bonus, we have Benny Emma Bradamante, Reigns, Regular Form Martha, Nina Chris, Kintoki, Raiko, Ruler Martha, Edmund Dantes, Gareth, Spartacus, and Kichihoki. While these servers aren't necessarily needed, they are helpful and will provide that extra little bit of bonuses that you will need to make this job a lot easier. Especially with Scotty, if you are a quick farmer, she is definitely needed here. And speaking of, she actually has a raid up today. Skyhawk Scotty, along with Benny Emma, Martha, and Emiya, are on raid up until the 20th. So it's definitely something you want to take advantage of. Skyhawk Scotty, while people may not like her too much, she is still one of the premier quick base support casters. Now, there will be a better version coming out next year, but I argue that it's good to have both. So that way you don't have to depend on using a support Scotty. You have your summer Scotty and you have your regular Scotty. Trust me when I say she is worth the roll, unless you have other targets that you definitely want in the future. Now, according to the calendar, Benny and Emma will actually start their banner today, running alongside the Skyhawk Scotty banner, and it will run all the way until the 20th, as I said. So definitely keep an eye on that, but also Also, like I said, the craft essences from before are in here. Now, if you want them for something beyond just the event, I would actually not truly recommend either one of these. Maybe Thousand Night is pretty good and worth investing in, but honestly, none of these craft essences are anything to write home about outside of this event, so roll wisely. But we also have the command codes that you'll be getting from the event. The Proprietress of the Spiral's End is a command code that increases the damage against chaotic enemies by 50% on the card, but also does damage against evil enemies by 50% on the card. Pretty good, actually. The chaotic enemies and evil enemies is a very broad spectrum, so this is always be useful on any sort of server, especially those who deal extra damage against chaotic and evil. This just makes it even better. Now, we have the 4-star command code, All Wounds Must Be Repaired. This recovers 150 HP for all allies when attacking with the card. Now, this is very small and very minute amount of HP, but the fact that it gives it to everyone isn't too bad. Then we have the 3-star command code, Imitates Apprenchirps. Pretty cute. Removes 1 defensive debuff when attacking using the card, and you gain 1 critical star when attacking with the card. This is all incidental, not too bad. The 5-star one is definitely the best one that you want to get, but definitely get them all just so you have them for the future. And as we mentioned earlier, Like a Lady is the event reward craft essence, but it's an attack CE on top of that. This craft essence will make you hit harder, and when you get multiple copies and level it up, it will give you half of your Noble Phantasm, which is very good. Very fantastic craft essence. As well, it will make it easier for you to get your Noble Phantasm with all those numbers there. So, what's in the shop? Well, aside from the normal fare of your Santa Martha, you also have your Crystallized Lore and these key card openers for Quick, Arts, and Buster, as well as just the normal 500k money. Then we also have from the Rich Butter, you can get the Servant Coins, which definitely you should take advantage of, as well as hearts and rings. Those are the 2 items that I would definitely focus on here for this. For the Sweet Eggs, you have the Void Dust and the Permafrost Ice Crystals. I think those two are the items you want to focus on, but if you do need the Reverse Dragon Scales, get those. Lastly, the Candy Fruits. We have Pages, Heroes Proof, and Seeds. All of these are well needed in large amounts, so definitely do that and take advantage of that. Now for the lottery. We have a lot to learn about this lottery system. 1 spin from this lottery is worth 2 spoons. If you want a 10 spin, 20 spoon. 100 spins is 200 spoons. So if you want to be able to completely clear out a lottery box, it is 600 spoons that you need. So that's how much you're farming for. You need to do that very effectively because you don't have much time. In the first 4 boxes, the grand prizes for the lottery are going to be the Ascension item, the Ladle Wand for Santa Martha. You need that if you want to level her up. The last one is the actual ticket to make her permanent. After that, 6 you get another Crystallized Lore, and 7 to 10 you get Gold Foes. And lastly, anything beyond the 11th box is no grand prize, but you get all these materials. The materials right here. Look at this. You get the Makatamas, you get the stakes, you get the Poison Stingers, you get Octuplet Crystals, you get gems of multiple rarities, you get all these level up materials, you get apples to fill up your AP, you get friend points, you get money to level up, as well as mana prisms to get from the Mana Prism shop. And that is every box. You get this. Now, after the first 10 boxes, as you guys know, it will actually reduce in what you get. You won't get the gold and silver apples, unfortunately, but you get literally everything else. So if you care about that, which you should, this is actually a very good time to invest. Now, most people will be wondering, well, Musaki, just how much do I have to roll? How much do I have to farm for this event to be useful? And honestly, I think that's a personal opinion. When you're farming the lottery, a lot of people like to know life this game, and they'll just farm it ad nauseum. And while that's great, other people have lives nowadays, and it's Christmas time, so you might not just have the time to hurry up and rush this. Ideally, if you can just get the first 5 boxes, that'd be great. If you want all of it, at least the first 10 boxes. But if you can get the first 5 boxes, at least you'll get a decent amount of materials, as well as Santa Martha permanently, which is a free 4-star MP5, by the way. And that is definitely useful for any account, just to have the extra benefits. Now, there are extra quests in this event that you have to actually pay with materials to take part of. And you get a lot more other materials in the game, like the materials you're not using, but you also get server coins for Martha. They're a little bit harder, but I definitely recommend if you have extra to do these. These are very good, and it doesn't look like there are very many here, about 6. So definitely take advantage of that, and you should notice it, but definitely just hold off, get your extra copies of Martha first, and then you can go ahead and come back and do these. For the challenge quest, is going to be a interesting one. It's all about banning Emma and helping her out. Obviously you have to clear Solomon in order to do this, and you get interesting rewards. Now the gimmick is going to be in this website. I am not necessarily wanting for challenge quests, but if you want to give it a shot, definitely give it a shot, try it out, see if you can defeat it, and if you do, you get not only another crystallized lore, but you get all these lovely materials here, including bullets and fangs. Those you need a lot of, so good luck if you're taking this on. The last thing I want to talk about is the best nodes to do your farming. Now this is basically going to require that you clear the main quest as soon as possible, so that the moment you do that, you'll get the best farming nodes. If you want the best, and I mean the absolute best, nodes to get just the spoons, you're going to want to clear the noodle section. This is the AP cost of 40, 3 rounds in Lancers, so bring your best saber and be able to loop through this if possible. If you can't 3-turn loop, that's okay. Bring your best AoE sabers and clear out as much as you can. This will be the best way to do it, as well as you get Genesis eggs here, which is a very rare material. So that's what I recommend for that. For butter, you're gonna go ahead and clear cheese. This is gonna be a saber based node, so definitely bring your best archer to be able to clear this out. Now some recommendations for some archers that'll help you out dealing with those sabers is Emiya Archer. Again, he gets a buff during this event, and he's a 4-star, so a little bit easier to get him, as well as Araj. Araj being a 1-star is fantastic, and he does an absurd amount of damage for very little investment. However, he does blow himself up after using his Noble Phantasm, so you might only need to use him 1 time. So who else would you use? Adelante is also very good for this, well as David. For the eggs, you want to go ahead and clear meat. This is archer based, so you want to bring in Lancers to this. AoE Lancers are going to be very good in taking this out. Pick your best AoE Lancer to clear those. And then of course we have the Lancers to deal with those nasty archers. Jaguar Man is actually fairly good for this, as well as Gareth. Gareth is fairly good for taking on these enemies, as well as being low rarity. If you have the higher rarity Lancers, like Lancer Artoria Altar or regular Lancer Artoria, very good options. And lastly, for the candy fruit, we have vegetable. This is Berserker, so pick anything that's very good here. Berserkers are going to be very hard to gain MP on, so it's best to just be able to plow through them with whatever you have available. As well, you get the Fruit of Longevity, which again is a very rare material. Now let's say your account is rather stacked, or if you're like one of those many whales that roam around in this game, then tidying up will be the best node for you overall. Not only will you get all of the materials, the butter, the eggs, and the fruit, you also get the spoons. The problem is, this is a rather difficult node. The first wave will be able to be cleared, but the second wave and third wave are single target. So you have to go ahead and think about how you want to challenge this in certain ways, and luckily for you, we have resources to be able to help you out. This lovely page here made by Rotten Taizo actually has a video archive of multiple comps that you can use to farm 90+. Now, once again, if you cannot farm 90+, definitely just focus on what you can farm. If you can't 3-turn loop, meaning if you can't just clear the node in 3 turns, don't feel pressured. If you don't have all 6 of the event craft essence, don't feel pressured. These are just the recommendations if you have these things, but if you don't have it, try to look at these comps that are available on this page. Try to come to your own conclusions on what you want to be able to do with what you have. Everyone's Chaldea is different, and not everyone's going to have the same servants, especially at the same Noble Phantasm level. So do your best, guys, and definitely enjoy this Christmas event. And with that, we're all done. The Christmas event is ongoing right now, so I highly recommend, if you're able to, take part in it while it's still here. The last date is the 15th. You do not have much time, so take advantage of that and do it. You guys will do great. I know you can. If you have any other questions, let me know down in the comments below. Are you rolling for Skyhawk Scotty, or are you saving for another servant? I really want to know. Let's have that conversation going down there. And if you want to see more videos, definitely check out the channel. It's been a while since we uploaded something, but that's definitely going to change for 2024. My name is Musaki for the County Gurus, and we're logging out. See ya.